Welcome back to Switch to Linux. This is the privacy section of the news. These are recorded live Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the show live there or just watch these shortened down edited clips. So today we are brought to us, if I can talk today, by NordVPN. This is the VPN that I recommend that is outside the Five Eyes. So if you need a VPN that is not in the jurisdiction of your United States and their pals, NordVPN is based out of Panama. They do take cryptocurrency, so you can sign up for a free private Proton VPN or Proton VPN has a VPN too. You can do a Proton email address, use that for your NordVPN, pay with cryptocurrency, and they don't know who you are or what you're doing. You can connect 6 simultaneous devices, and you can get some protection from your ISP by utilizing the link. So utilizing the link, it's a great way to help support my channel. It's right there on the screen, tlm.li/Nord. And with this, you can get 3 years of it for $107. So consider that if you need a VPN. So on to our privacy news. The first, this is just frightening to me. This could be under business. I decided to put it under privacy because of where this guy comes from. So Walmart hires former Google, Microsoft, and Amazon execs. So this executive bounced between all of these guys that are constantly spying on things, and now he's over there at Wally World. Great. You know that Walmart and Microsoft are kind of teaming up to take on Amazon. They're trying to produce these all-encompass networks of total spy system. You walk into a Walmart anymore, man. It's like there's so much spy going on. It's not even funny. Some of the aisles now, you guys go down those Walmart aisles. You go down and there's a little monitor there, and then you walk down the aisle, it senses motion, and it starts recording. Oh, dude, it's like I just avoid those aisles. I don't like Walmart at the best of days. But we get that kind of stuff. But this guy's going in as the new CDO. What's a CDO? I don't know. We'll figure that out. But the CTO is the technology officer. So basically, Walmart is trying to get into all of this advanced, more analytic stuff. So Walmart's like this two-faced company. On the one side, they got like the Quasimodo stuff in the shelves. If you spend, I go to a couple Walmarts in town here and there, and I know the clerks now. Don't go to that guy because he breathes real heavy. And it's like, I have concern about that guy breathing on my food, and he's really slow. He'll just sit there with one hand. I'm like, dude, pick it up a little bit, I mean, really. And so on the one hand, they just get the bottom of the barrel for their employees, and then they're trying to get all this high-end tech on the background. Of course, the high-end tech is get rid of these. So we were having this discussion with the patron supporters and stuff yesterday. Would you trust a robot to, different things? Like, would you trust a robot to clean the toilets at Walmart? And then would you trust them more than the employees? I don't know. But anyway, that's interesting Walmart news. Picking up a exec who's been to all of these spying companies as their new CTO. That's very frightening. I might just have to avoid Walmarts altogether these days. All right, so GCHQ, this is the British intelligence is trying to put in a plan very similar to Australia's ban on solid encryption, requiring all law enforcement to have backdoors into this. And so, of course, this is an open letter by 47 different signatories, 23 civil society organizations, and most of the rest of them are Silicon Valley tech companies. And this is yet another attack against, it's an attack against the security of the internet. So basically, this ghost law is going to require that law enforcement can always get in the back door. And of course, this is bad because if anybody in the Five Eyes, like Australia, gets into the back door like this, that means that now all of the countries involved in those agreements can actually access those things as well. We just got to, route it through their servers somehow in the way. And so this calls for a variety of different points. I think it was 6 different points. You can actually read the whole document here. All these links for the news articles will be on the Switch to Linux website. Check the description down below for the details. But they highlight the 6 major things that the law will do and how it will seriously break encryption, privacy, and really security on the internet. So that's something to keep in mind. We as the whole global world need to sit and fight back on some of this kind of stuff, because they're trying to pull too much into this, and the reality is we really have to maintain our ability to be private citizens, especially since everybody's forcing everything to go on the internet. On to scary news. So I've talked about ByteDance before. It was a Saturday show a few months back. We talked about ByteDance. If you are unaware of who ByteDance is, this is the company, the parent company behind TikTok, which is one of the fastest growing apps. Now, the thing is about ByteDance, what my biggest concern about this company is this is a data analytics and AI research firm based out of China. So we have a Chinese data analytics and AI firm, which is trying to collect as much data as possible to feed it into the hungry AI to do all sorts of things that China likes to do with things, which is very frightening. Well, now they want to make a smartphone. As we all know, how much privacy we have on our Apple and on our Google devices. These things can literally track everything that we do. And so with that, this is a very terrifying, frightening, scary thing that this company wants to make a phone. And they will probably be successful because they are also backed by probably the largest banking organization in the world. And so this is a very frightening company that most people have not heard about, but you gotta watch out for this company and avoid their stuff at all costs. Avoid TikTok, avoid their services. They are simply using as much stuff as they can to harvest as much data as they can to feed it into their data analytics and to feed it into their AI. That calls destruction on the rest of us. That is a serious problem. So watch out for this company. All right, and now on to our feature story today. iTunes apparently has some serious privacy violations, which actually run a skirt into actual real on-the-books laws in a few states at least. So Apple is sued over this. So there's an iTunes privacy violation that's going on. So this is just about some citizens of, so California is one of the states. I think one of them was New Hampshire maybe. And this has to do with laws that restrict, goes back to the old rental days. So back in the old rental days, some people got into some rental stores and were able to get their hands on some records of what some of the politicians were renting. And it was fairly uncouth material. And so they started publicizing this. And so the Congress, of course, to protect themselves, passed laws which made it illegal for a video rental store to release your rental records, for a library to release records about what you're using with your library card. Basically, it protects the systems and services that you get. So there are basically laws on the books, some of them federal, some of them state, which forbid any company from leaking or otherwise distributing any information regarding our specific viewing and whatever habits. So like Netflix is sometimes called into question with some of this stuff as well. If they're utilizing the programming to use targeting ads, this is why they're technically not supposed to do that. All right. Now, what ends up happening with this? Well, this isn't a full-on complete data breach, data leak. What it turns out is this guy, Andrew McAfee, talked about what this vulnerability is and how it works. So you have the ability in iTunes to gift songs. You could gift a playlist, which means that I go online and I buy a bunch of songs and then I gift that to somebody. So the thing is that when you are doing this, all you need is an iTunes account, which is free. You need an email address, which is free. And you need the email address that somebody's using for their iTunes account. Now, if you are following the recommendation of this channel, I will always tell you, host your own emails, have your own domains and use different emails for different things. I do not have a single Google address anywhere that's linked to anything else in any way, shape, or form to keep everything isolated into pockets. The vast majority of people don't do that. They usually have 1 or 2 at most email addresses. And so if you can track down somebody's email address, which generally is a fairly public thing because you give it out to whoever you need to communicate with, I can go into iTunes, create the account, and then I can say I'm going to gift this person at this account a bunch of songs. And then I can create a playlist of up to about 100 songs. And when I go ahead and create this playlist, which I don't actually think I have to buy them at the first step, you create the playlist, you send it over, and anything that is already in that email address's iTunes account kicks back. So you can basically go through and figure out what type of songs somebody has already had. Now, it doesn't tell you if the person bought the song themselves or if somebody else gifted it to them, but still, it is a way that without a cost, with just some basic, simple knowledge, you can figure out what is in somebody's iTunes library, ergo what they're listening to. So what these defendants are claiming is that this runs foul of these laws. In my opinion, this is a serious issue. And this is why Apple is not nearly the privacy company that they want to say that they are. They're just trying to utilize, their leverage as much as they're in their marketing as they can. So he goes through, and this link again is in the show notes, which you will find in the description down below. But this is kind of how this happens. It doesn't actually cost you anything to figure out what somebody has in their library. And you can put up to 100 songs at a time. You can kick out all the ones that you know they already have. You can keep doing this process until you can figure out what somebody has. You can figure out some of their behaviors and things like that from those perspectives. So that is an interesting thing. What do you guys think of any and all of these articles? Let me know in the comments down below.